Hello, everyone. Good morning. I'm really happy to be working with you today. But before we begin, let's take a deep breath. Learning a language should feel safe, supportive, and doable, and that's exactly what today's lesson is all about. So, today we're going to work on how to navigate the airport. So, English for navigating the airport. It's something many people find stressful, even in their first language. So, the good news, airport English is very predictable, and once you understand the pattern, you can start to feel confident. So, let's start with a quick warm up. Think about the last time you were at an airport. Oh, I can just think about the crowds and the people and all the steps that it takes to get from, getting dropped off all the way to getting to the gate. And so ask yourself, did you check in at the counter or did you use a kiosk machine to check in? Did someone have to give you directions, or did you have to use the restroom? Did you check luggage in, or did you just bring a carry on? Right? Did you have to ask for help? Were you able to understand everything that the TSA was telling you when you were going through security and what was allowed and what was not allowed? Were you prepared for all of those rules? So, right now, take a moment. I want you to turn to a partner and share one airport experience, good or bad. And if you've never been to the airport, maybe you could just tell them what you think it's like when you go to the airport. You're right. Airports can be confusing. But if you notice this, it's usually always the same questions and instructions that happen again and again. If you listen to the loudspeaker and when they're telling you what to do or giving you instructions or directions, it's generally the same pattern over and over again. So that's why practicing this language is so powerful because then when you go to the airport, no matter how stressful it is, how busy, how delayed your flight is, you can understand that pattern and be comfortable navigating through the airport. All right, so let me tell you exactly what you'll be able to do by the end of this lesson. So, by the end of today's lesson, you'll be able to check in for your flight, check your luggage, follow the security instructions when you're going through the security checkpoint. You'll be able to ask for directions like where is the restroom or where is this gate or this terminal. You'll be able to find your gate. You'll be able to respond to boarding announcements as you listen to them, and also be able to look at the departures and arrivals board and figure out if anything has changed with your flight. You don't need to know perfect English. You just need clear, polite, confident English. So now I'm going to model some airport English for you first. So just listen. You don't have to respond. You're just going to listen to me. May I see your passport, please? Sure. Here it is, right here. Do you have any bags to check? Yes, I have one bag and one carry-on. Where do I get to security, or how do I get to security? Oh, security will be right over there. You just keep walking in this direction and make a right. If you notice something important here, you notice that in the airport you're really just speaking with short sentences. Airports use very simple English. So when you get to security, they're like, please remove your shoes. No water bottles. Make sure all of your carry on items are less than 100 ml of insert thing here, gels and liquids. And so your response would just be something like, okay, or thank you. Um, and then another passenger may ask you, excuse me, do you know where gate 24 is? And you can say, yes, it's to the left. Or you might say, no, I have no idea where gate 24 is. But maybe we can go look at the board together and figure it out. So now let's think together. So let's say someone asks you, do you know where the restroom is? And you don't know, and you can just tell them, no, I don't know, sorry. Um, so what do you notice, right? Are the sentences that you're using in the airport long or short? Are you polite? Is it informal language or formal language? And did anyone use really difficult grammar? That's right. Airport English is not about function, is about function. It's not about perfection. As long as people can understand what you're asking or what your responses are, you'll be pretty good at navigating the airport. That's why we started with this lesson pretty early. And remember, we've been over this over and over again. We need to make our language sticky. We need to make sure that we're using it in a way that makes us comfortable and confident so we don't get nervous and we don't not speak or we ignore people because we're afraid to use our language. It's okay. Be bold, be confident, speak with confidence anytime you can. I want to share something personal with you. The first time I traveled to a country where they didn't speak English as their primary language, I was so nervous. But I realized something. Everyone was asking and answering the same questions. It was mostly about your luggage. It was mostly about check-in, identification, what things to do at security, what you could and could not have, right? Answering questions as you go through customs. Those things are simple. So once I learned the pattern, my confidence changed. This is why we practice language in real life situation. Your brain remembers language better when it's meaningful. So that's why we're talking about going through the airport, because hopefully you will take a lot of trips. All right, now let's practice together. Repeat after me. May I see your passport? Good. Here you go. Or here it is. Where is the restroom? Do you know where the bathroom is? Can you help me find gate 24? Excellent. Even practicing out loud by yourself builds muscle memory for speaking. All right, so I want you to remember this as we close this section of the lesson. You already have the skills to travel in English. We've been over this. You have learned enough to be able to go into the airport and confidently navigate through it without any problems. Today we're just organizing and practicing them. Remember, airport English is not about being perfect. It's about being understood, and you can do that. So the next thing we're going to do is I'm going to have you pair up. One of you will be an airport employee, the other will be the traveler, and you're going to ask those 5 questions that we created, and then you're going to switch. So thank you for listening to the introduction and our objectives and all of that, but now it's your turn to do what you're supposed to do.